You know, there's been a lot of turmoil over the last week or so. I've been on the run, having to dodge attacks from all sides, whether it be land, sea, or air. Whether it's dodging motor shells, tank missiles, or bombs. It feels like we're in the midst of a bloody war. Yeah, I've been attacked by from all sides lately. I've been on the run, having to dodge the munitions coming my direction. And here we come upon the midst of another Bloody Wars tournament. And while we're in the midst of a war, the game they chose is kind of like a cutesy little anime kids game. Waku Waku 7. Chosen by Aiden Cordova, the MVP of Bloody Wars. Waku Waku 7, a game that I'm not really, hasn't gotten the attention and accolades of a Street Fighter, King of Fighters, or Mortal Kombat, or Tekken. Waku Waku 7. Yeah. Now, how would they fare in the midst of a military campaign? Tanks, artillery, bombers. And amidst all the firefighting and stuff, the Bloody Wars Championship changed hands outside of a tournament. JP Pitts didn't want to defend his Bloody Wars titles on Tekken 8. So he put his belts up on the line against Damian Cordova. And kind of conducted himself as if he was taking a dive. Even though he postponed Tekken 8. Did he want to participate in Waku Waku 7? Apparently not. JP Pitts didn't want to dodge the bombs. Didn't want to dodge the bombs that were coming his way. Dodge the artillery shells. Dodge the tank missiles. Jeez. And we have Tank Battalion, Tank Force, Battle City. Well, not Battle City, but No Man's Land. JP Pitts did not want to defend those belts. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to grind for the belts. He didn't want to defend those belts. So he lost the belts intentionally to one Damian Cordova. So Damian Cordova is the Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight Bloody Wars Champion. Sunday, September 28th. Waku Waku 7. I, the mad conservative crime fighter, Stephen Lucas, the 1991 Nintendo Campus Challenge National Champion, the 2020 T20 Champion, the 2021 Gamer of the Year, 2023 Pinball Expo Champion. I'm entering the Waku Waku 7 Bloody Wars tournament. I will be contesting for those Bloody Wars championships. That fifth title has been eluded me for quite some time. I've come close twice to winning the gold from Bloody Wars. I have not broken through as of yet. But will my luck change this Sunday? Will I finally break through and win the Bloody Wars championships? David Cordova, you're the man right now. You got a lot of people coming after them belts. Yeah, I got to go through some tough competition to get to your belts. I have to go through all the other Cordovas. I have to go through Norbert Vale. I have to go through, who else could it be? Who else could be? Matthew Nasha? Who else could it be? Kingham? Who else? Who else? Who else could be contesting for them belts? Lionel? Maybe. There's a whole slew of competition that could be entering the Bloody Wars tournament this weekend. And I know I have to go to war with each one of them. So what better way to prepare than stand here amidst military might? I'll see you this Sunday. I'll be preparing. You better be too. I'll see you. Welcome to Crimeycade. I'm the mad conservative crime fighter, Stephen Lucas, back for another episode. And Bloody Wars weekend is coming up this Sunday, and almost forgot I filmed that promo and loaded it in the last second. Well, welcome in. So a few things I want to cover before I bring my guest in, and I got to load the slideshow up. Last week, our guests were the Tetris Masters, two of them at least, the Maestro, the 2025 Kansas City champion, Mark Harang, also, Colbeck at number 2, J.C. Ritchie, who is the champion of Philadelphia earlier this year. And had a few people who obsess over Tetris at the Bloody Wars tournament. So we had a nice little lively discussion and had a little fun with JP Pitts before we brought our guests in. So, and as I mentioned earlier, Waku Waku 7 this Sunday at 3 o'clock at the Galvin Ghost Arcade. Head over to BloodyWarsTournament.com to sign up. Now, Tekken 8 was supposed to be last weekend. However, it was rescheduled for October the 5th. $25 there. That one, 3 o'clock at the Headless Horseman Arcade. That's also on a Sunday. That's up in Wheeling. And will this man on the left, or in the center, I should say, hold both of these belts come Monday? We'll have to see. Little Birdie told me that Norbert Vea will not be at Bloody Wars this weekend. So it's going to be wide open. The most 5-time Bloody Wars champion is not going to be there. So I don't know. So it's going to be wide open. It's not going to be, I guess the path to retaining the belts is going to be a little bit easier for Mr. Cordova. But maybe one of the kids could take the belts. And Tracy is asking, Tracy Gleave, does that mean I'm going to win? I got to go through Damien and I got to go through Aiden. Aiden's been wanting this game for more than a year, ever since he won the MVP. So I have to go through him at least. I have to go through him and his father to win those belts. So we'll have to see. But part of the problem is I got to practice the game, and I haven't been able to because of time demands, including being here on this podcast. And you've probably seen the news. That Billy Hudson of the Game Chasers has passed away. He was diagnosed with brain cancer just a few weeks ago, back in August. Unfortunately, I've had a coworker get brain cancer, and a former coworker, and your mortality is measured in weeks and not months. And from diagnosis to his untimely passing, he was supposed to be at KC Retro a few weeks ago, but he had to stay behind because he was in the hospital being treated while his tag team partner, Jay, made it out to KC Retro. But I found out about this cancer diagnosis afterwards. So sad deal for the Game Chasers and for Billy Hudson, and he leaves behind a family. And Godspeed to Billy. I didn't really know him or met him, but he had quite the YouTube channel chasing games all over the country at various gaming conventions. The new class of inductees for the International Video Game Hall of Fame have been announced. I was not one of them. Ugh! I did not make the cut again. I was hoping I was going to get the call, but I don't know about rigged. Well, all right, Benton Falls, I believe he is in the Hall of Fame. Yes. That reminds me, yes. Benjamin Falls, who is in the chat, is a member of the International Video Game Hall of Fame. I've been asking him to come on my podcast for quite a while, and he has not agreed to a date or agreed to appear as of yet. But this would be something to talk about. He says someday. Okay. On the other side of our interview with our guest, I will go through the nominees because I want to kind of get this going because our guest is on Eastern Time, and I thought he was on Central. Turns out he's on the border of Illinois, Indiana, and Indiana's on Eastern Time, so it's in our head. But of course, they don't even recognize daylight savings time in that part of the state. So, anyway, this I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on this one, but I'm a little angry about this deal here. Google admitted this week to censoring content creators after some jawboning from the Biden administration. I was one of those people who was censored. I had some of my videos taken down because of so-called misinformation. The only thing that was wrong with those videos is they contradicted the media narrative, and the media narrative is oftentimes not in sync with reality or the truth. But that didn't stop them, however. And Google proceeded to take down a lot of videos and ban some people from the platform, deplatformed them. And now this week they announced that they were going to give those banned creators a path to come back. But they're not going to offer any compensation for damages they caused. I know a lot of content creators lost significant revenue because they had monetization. My channel does not, however. My monetization comes from Twitch exclusively because YouTube had me jump through so many hoops to even get monetization, and doggone every freaking video that I ever post gets flagged for some sort of track. That stupid content matching garbage. Twitch has a little bit of it, but not as much. I certainly play video game tracks during the countdown, but some of those are even getting flagged. Facebook, for some reason, says they don't have rights to place video game tracks in Antarctica. Antarctica is not even a country; it's a continent, but there's not a resident population down there. There's science stations down there, but so there isn't a functioning government. There isn't a government of Antarctica. So why would Facebook, Meta, not even claim that we don't have rights to stream this music in Antarctica? Kind of stupid in my view. Anyway, Google censored me. Yes, they did. Especially during the COVID, I made 4 videos questioning and complaining loudly how the governor, how the Biden administration, how Anthony Fauci has been doing things, mitigating the crisis, mitigating the pandemic. And quite a lot of their narrative didn't stand the test of time. It actually wasn't in tune with reality. But that's a little comfort for us because we faced injury from their actions. And by the way, there's been a lot of talk about Jimmy Kimmel being pulled off the air for very hurtful comments they made following the incident in Utah. Everybody's up in arms about freedom of speech all of a sudden. Well, where were those same people when the federal government was kind of going around and talking with the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, or the CEO of Twitter at the time, Patel Agarwal? That's not the correct pronunciation, but Parag Agarwal, the CEO, or the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, the late Susan Wojcicki. I kind of wish that people would have been up in arms during that whole fiasco, and I could have sworn the cats are fighting again. Sheesh. It's real funny they're all up in arms about Kimmel, but not up in arms with all the media censorship that was going on the last 4 years. against content creators like me. I guess the attitude is because I didn't vote blue no matter who, that I deserved everything I got. Those who vote blue no matter who got, they get extra privileges. And really, what's the difference between Kimmel and me? I'm not a millionaire, and I'm not an elitist, and I'm not on the air every day bashing political enemies, bashing whoever's in the White House now, or promoting a political party. No, I'm a peon. I'm a serf. I don't have the same rights as these Hollywood celebrities. They get special treatment. People like me don't deserve it because I don't shut up and do as I'm told by certain people. I don't vote the correct way. I don't say the correct things. So people like me and others who don't toe the blue line, and I'm not talking law enforcement, they're held to a different standard. They can do whatever the hell they want because they're on the correct team. They got the correct letter by their name. It really pisses me off at the double standards. People are running around complaining because it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I want to be treated like everybody else. I don't want to be treated differently. And I was treated very differently. And a whole slew of people were treated very differently. And by the way, concerning the path of getting accounts back or restored, they lied about that too, by the way. Some of the people that were banned off the platform recreated accounts on the platform and were rebanned immediately. It didn't take long. They banned the same people over a short amount of time. And the problem with that is the CEO of Google testified in front of Congress that they were offering a path to restore these banned accounts for so-called misinformation. They lied. And now they're going to have to answer for that because lying to Congress is a crime and a felony. And that CEO is going to get called back in front of Congress. And by the way, the banning wasn't evenly applied because certain people like Destiny and Hassan Piker were engaged in incitements to violence on their streams multiple times, and they haven't been banned yet. So yeah, the law hasn't been applied equally, and I'm mad, disgusted. Anyway, high scores. So I gotta bring my guest in. I gotta hurry up. I warned him I was gonna rant some before I brought him in. So high scores so far this week, and Andrew Owasco, Diet a Go-Go was recently unveiled on the Cowboy Ghost arcade floor, and now he's crossed 1 million, 1.2 million on that game. I think that was posted a day or two ago. He also took the house high on the most recent addition to the Cowboy Ghost floor, Gemini Wing, 45,000. Pete Hahn, the two-time Game of the Year, returned to the arcade and took Iron Horse at 370,000. Jamie Tibbetts also upped the score on Risky Challenge. That's 1.1 million. I forgot one digit in here. Oh well. And Hoppy Mappy, that's the obscure sequel to Mappy, the original Mappy. Andrew Owasco lost that score earlier this week. He just took it back at just over 43,000. That is not a very high scoring game. So, all right. Put me back up here. Introducing our guest for tonight. And, I've been having trouble locking in guests of late. And So I've been putting out the call that I'm looking for guests. I'm looking for gamers to talk to appear on this pod. And he stepped up to the plate. I have a guest for next week, too, that also have stepped up, and we'll announce this a little bit later in the podcast, towards the end. So introducing tonight, he calls himself Retro Randy, and there's a few Retro Randys out there, but this Retro Randy actually steps in the wrestling ring and beats other gamers up, I guess. He's a member of the podcast, The 7th Street Geeks. He's also a collector of toys and pretty much geek culture besides gaming. Welcome in, Retro Randy. How are we doing tonight?
It's been a while.
Yeah, before we even start this podcast, you displayed a little bit of shock that, oh, that's Crime Fighter.
Oh, fuck.
As if you didn't know who I was. And you didn't see an episode of my pod before you agreed to come on the pod.
I was like, okay, this should be fun. Let's do this. Okay. And I'm like, oh, I drink. So, I do a little bit of everything. I collect. I've been a long time gamer. Video games, board games, tabletop, LARP. I've pretty much done it.
So I did some looking around before this last week, and recent contents, I wasn't finding anything. You had a podcast called 7th Street Geeks. I listened to a couple episodes of that, but it has been in production since
no, we don't live on 7th. We haven't lived on 7th Street anymore, and it just kind of fell apart real easily. We might be moving back to 7th Street. That's the reason why we fell apart, because we don't live on 7th Street. I also used to be one of called the Geeks of Retro, and that turned into the Geeks of Transformers real quick, and I kind of just jumped out of that one.
Okay.
Because the guy who was podcasting, he was Transformers.
So give us the quick 411 about what you do in gaming and collecting and wrestling.
Wrestling, I work a little bit doing the grappling part, but I'm also an announcer. I'm a backstage announcer. I do a little bit of everything in it. I used to LARP. I was a 10-year LARPer in the what was known as the Camarilla, aka the Mind's Eye Society.
Hold on, what's a LARPer?
It's a live-action role player where you physically dress up and you act the part.
Okay.
So
kind of like cosplaying.
Cosplaying, but it used to be a lot more. I used to play a lot of a game called Vampire the Requiem.
Okay.
To the point where I was literally like going across the country to games and stuff like that. Like I had a character where people were like, hey, I'm going to be at this game in this country. I need your character sheet with me. Wait, why? Because I had that character who, if I was in a red trench coat, people would ask me at a con, who are you playing? I'm playing Rosio. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Because my character was known, I show up, I'm going to tear someone's sheet up because I'm going to kill some people.
Don't worry about cussing because I'm not. Isn't.
I'm gonna end some people's characters, and yeah, I did that for a long time. That's how I met my wife. It's through that. I met her in 2009, and at Terre Haute LARP, and I've been to LARPs in Illinois, Canada. One in Ireland, stuff like that, just going all over. Video game wise, you were the Campus Challenge.
Yes, I'm the Campus Challenge champion.
I was a finalist for the Indianapolis Nintendo World Championship for the underage ones, for the little kids.
So the gosh, which age group was that? The 12 to 17 or lower?
No, it was under 10 or under 12.
Under 12. Okay. And you went. Did you get? So you went to the nationals after winning the Indianapolis?
No, I was not allowed to because my mom would not sign off on it. So I had to vacate.
So they wouldn't take you down to compete against the other best Nintendo players in the world.
My mom wouldn't have it. My mom would not have it
for years.
Now that my mom has seen the episode of Pawn Stars when Pat brought the 2 cartridges in, because my mom knows about the gray cart, she didn't know about the gold cart.
Yeah.
And now that she knows, she's like all frozen. She burned, she got really Christian in the 90s. She burned a lot of my Magic the Gathering cards. Now she knows the value of those cards, and she's just like, I could have paid the house off with those cards.
Boy, I'd be steaming mad. But then again, my tournament was college, so I was going no matter what. Okay. I'm afraid flying.
I have a repo cart of the Campus Challenge, and I will break that out at kids.
I got one too. I got the Campus Challenge as well.
Yeah, I got the Nintendo World Championship, and I got the Campus Challenge. The only one I don't have is the other one that Nintendo did. I need if they ever release that.
Powerfest?
Yeah.
Well, there's also the Super NES Campus Challenge cart.
Yes. Mr. Boots, what do you want? Go away.
There's the Donkey Kong comp cart. There's the Star Fox comp cart.
I remember the Star Fox one because that was at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I think for one of the Blockbuster World Championships they had, I won for the local store in Carmel, Indiana. One of the local Carmel, Indiana stores.
I didn't get to take part in it because, I had to find I guess I wasn't able to drive around at the time.
Well, no, what happened was that at the time my dad worked at Radio Shack.
Yeah.
So his girlfriend let me chill at her house. And she was an old school geek. Growing up, I was not allowed to be geeky. My mom and I had a stepfather who was outdoorsy and redneck and guns and fishing. So I'm like, no, I want to play Nintendo. Leave me alone. I played Nintendo and stuff like that. But I was known in school as that kid who played Nintendo. So, being said, I got to go to that, and I played, and I never played Judge Dredd. And somehow I figured out Judge Dredd real easily. Judge Dredd's a really tough game when you play through it and such.
That paired with NBA Jam, which is kind of a strange combo.
The secret NBA Jam is a lot of people don't realize this, and it's now known, is you don't play as any other team but the Detroit Pistons. Because everybody would play as the Chicago Bulls. One of the developers hated the Bulls so much that he made it where the Pistons would always beat the Bulls.
Now, this is the original release of Jam, not the Championship Edition, right?
Not the Tournament Edition.
Or Tournament Edition.
Yeah.
Because TE was the version I was trying to win a retro tournament on and come up short twice in a row and finally break through. But there's cats crashing the stream, and there's one at my feet right now.
This is Rydia.
She won't jump up here.
Which I've named her after Final Fantasy IV.
Oh, Cody, my cats will crash the stream at some point during this pod. They always do.
Rydia will crash, and Mamoru Boots will crash sometime.
Yes.
We also had others when we were on 7th Street Geeks. We had other ones as well, but I'm that diehard. I as you were saying earlier about the video game awards or the Hall of Fame, I saw the games going in. Okay, so Tamagotchi's going in. I agree with Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi.
Well, if we're gonna go there, I'm gonna go ahead and let me pull up the list because I might as well go through the list right now. Because there was one name in this list that might be the most controversial, and it's mild, name the CEO of EA Sports was in this list, and that may rub a few
Trip
people the
Hawkins was
wrong
on there?
way. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, yeah, Trip Hawkins. The founder of Electronic Arts in 1982.
Okay. I used to love it. I used to love old EA stuff. Back when like their games were like album covers and shit.
Yeah.
Like EA needs to go back to that. Like,
well, yeah, going back to the Commodore 64, Atari 8-bit computer days. Yes, I remember that.
Oh my God, Commodore 64.
But
then again, I'm that uncle that if I find out my nephew's being bad, I'll make him play Minecraft on a black and white TV.
The problem, the beef is, when they went to EA Sports, they've released games that were broken. I watched a video yesterday that there was a Madden game that would crash, and EA would not. They said, we're not going to fix the game. You just have to use the workaround, which is idiotic. That did.
Nope. I'm good.
It was for a PS2, I think.
Oh, that's. You ever seen the video of Justin from I think it was Underbelly or where the hell it was, when he went to like some store and he traded in every copy of Madden to buy the new one?
Oh.
He had every copy of Madden from the very first one to like the year before, and he got like $34 in store credit.
Wow.
To buy the new one. I'm like, what in God's name?
35. Well, okay. I never taken games in to trade in for store credit. I just sell them on my own if I sell them at all. Obviously, gaming conventions now. I almost thought that was Cody coming into the shot on your screen.
Mamo. That's Mr. Boots.
But then I noticed he had white on his belly instead. Mine does not. You want in here? Ah, there we go.
Aw.
This is my older cat. She's 18 years old, and
Calico.
Yes.
My Calico just recently lost her life defending kittens from a coyote.
Oh gosh.
When we lost our house, we had to take all our cats to my stepmom rescues animals all the time. Mm-hmm. She let them live outside. They wanted to go outside. She's like, okay, they can live outside. Because she's out in the country. Like, the only time you'll see a car go down the road is like once or twice an hour. So,
well, I'll say this. We've had a coyote running around our neighborhood, and we're in the city.
Yeah.
And it's been hanging around, and I don't think it's hanging around now, but it took down somebody's pet in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
You said kittens, and it's like my mom has a stray mother and 3 kittens and had 5. 2 of them have been given away, but she's looking for homes for the rest of them right now because she can't take them in, but they're staying outside.
Mama went and tried to fight the coyote herself. My stepmom caught it on a ring cam, and I'm like, I don't want to see it. She went out as a warrior.
Horrible.
But
boy, she's walking in front. You want to take over the show, little girl? Give me a break. Find a spot and settle. Good grief. Sit on my lap, do something. Don't keep walking in front of the camera back and forth. You're a distraction. Give me a break. Jeez. She wants me off the computer and letting her outside and but she's indoors. She already had her out time.
Are you kidding me? That we have so me and Jess do a Let's Play, and it's called Our Retro Life.
Yes.
My wife is visually impaired. She can't play games like we do.
Okay.
Jessie has never experienced games like we do. So I'm now playing through all those games with her. Have you ever seen a handicapped woman flip herself out of a wheelchair. I have.
I haven't found a video with where that occurred yet. So.
Well, it happened during our stream of Silent Hill 2. The feed crashed, but you only got our audio.
Okay.
But we get to the twist ending, and it's been 20 years, so everybody can know what that is. James did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now Jess sees this, and she's like, oh my God, and flips herself out of her wheelchair. And I'm like, woman, why? Or we play through what other game? Or she broke down at the end of Red Dead Redemption. She's broken down at the end of both of them, 1 and 2. Even L.A. Noire, at the very end of L.A. Noire, she is tears, like just full on sad movie. Which L.A. Noire has it's one of the saddest endings for a Rockstar game ever. And like, I kind of want to write a letter to them about that ending because I'm like, go Cole, go. And he
kind of an interactive movie.
He gets done so dirty. And then that ending, I'm like, mother.
For a while, I've been watching other streamers stream these adventure horror games. Gosh. Till Dawn would be one of them. What else is there?
7 Days to Die, stuff like that.
I don't know about that one. It's basically how many people can you get to the end of the... it's like one of these had werewolves. How many can make it to the end of the game, survive? Can you get everybody coming out alive at the end? There is a few that are not going to make it no matter what.
Yeah, no. It's like Dead Rising. You're not going to save everybody in Dead Rising.
Yeah.
You're not going to save everybody. I know you got Carl Winslow on the phone saying, hey, this is going on, but, shut up, Carl. I got to save people.
Yeah.
But looking through that list, like I said, Tamagotchis, they're putting Tamagotchis in there, which I'm okay with Tamagotchi. And then they're like, Defender. Why don't we wait until 2025 to put Defender in? Defender should have been there second year. That's top tier game.
Tamagotchi. What is that?
The little pocket pets.
Oh, gosh.
They put those in the Video Game Hall of Fame.
Let's, you know what? Let's get this up here. Let's go back up here. Let's get this. And the cat is not, Angel is not helping right now. She's taking over the daggum show.
Yeah,
usually Cody does this, not the other. All right, stand by 1 second. I'm going to share the screen, pull this window up. All right, class of 2025. Looking through this list here, Black Knight.
Oh,
Yes,
Black Knight's a classic.
Yes, I remember that when I was a kid. Local arcade.
I think they have that at the pin. I think they have that at the Pin Bank.
Pin Bank. Where's the Pin Bank?
In Terre Haute, they literally. Okay, so originally it was called the Pin Bank, and it was an old bank. It was the first financial bank. They turned it into a pinball thing.
Okay, so that's an arcade I'm not familiar with.
Yep, and it's over in the Haute City Center in Terre Haute.
Okay.
There's also the Pin Lodge in Indy.
Okay. I'll be honest, I've not ever gone to Terre Haute or gone into Terre Haute. I know it's always been wrestling in Terre Haute, but I've never gone there. It was a little bit out of the way, I think.
Yeah.
Man, I need you to kind of turn your camera downward a little bit, angle it down. There we go. That helps a lot.
Okay, so
go back.
Yeah, the pin. Okay, so Black Knight. I remember a lot of Black Knight back in the day with just playing with a kid. So that's always gonna be a favorite of mine.
Black Knight. Okay, that wasn't the only pin. Now I lost this again. Oh, there we go. Humpty Dumpty, which happened to be the very first pinball to have flippers, was
Okay.
inducted. 1947.
Jesus.
Now the flippers were not positioned how they typically are. They were kind of in random spots on the pin on the table. They weren't like center at the bottom. They were just kind of other places.
I kind of want to try that now. Like,
Probably, yeah. You probably simulated somewhere. So that's that one.
GDQ. I keep putting stuff out for them every year because
game's done quick. Yeah,
I can mad rush my way through Dino Crisis 2 and get like the S rating. I can do.
I'm not a speed runner.
But I have Dino Crisis mapped in my head.
Yeah.
To the point I can get Dino Crisis done in like without speed running and 100%ing it. I can do it in maybe 45, 50 minutes.
I thought Dino Crisis was a rail shooter.
No, it's a survival. It's Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I thought. I'm just kind of just trying to recall what this game was, and it's like I guess yeah, you're right. Resident Evil dinos.
Because
like
last time I
Park.
submitted it, I was on the list to get on there. Like, who do you want for your couch? And I'm like, I don't know. So I asked Madman Pondo to join me, and he's just like, "What? I don't do video games." I'm like, I don't know. Just stand there and make Godzilla references. Me and
Pondo, yeah, Pondo made the PWA 500 again, which I saw that.
Me and him could sit there and talk Godzilla for hours.
Well, he would probably be at home up in Chicago, Galloping Ghost Kaiju Kobo, because Doc Mack, the owner of the largest arcade in the world, Galloping Ghost Arcade, has a Godzilla division, or has rights to 3D print Godzilla figures, and they got a whole inventory. So you might be at home with that.
Yeah.
Half-Life. Half-Life also made the list. It is a first-person shooter. I don't have this for console. I never played it for console. There was
a PS2, and I have it for Dreamcast.
Yeah. There's also an arcade version of this, and Galloping Ghost has it.
Damn. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's not common. They ended up putting it in a special room so it would not be damaged by players who are kind of rough with the game, and the game had been down. I don't know if it's working currently, but
the only thing I need to play up at Galaxy Ghost, I need to play. I need to play Splatterhouse, the arcade.
Well, that's one. Yes, Splatterhouse is one game up there, but there's.
I know there's like hundreds up there, but I'm like.
Well, over 1,000, yes, and the rare and obscure, and then they keep finding stuff that's. Oh yes. Half-Life Survivor. Okay.
Half-Life 2 Survivor. This is the original Half-Life. Okay.
That's the
original
version.
Half-Life. Oh, my. Again, like I said, that's another memory maker of just like up at 3 a.m. playing through a game and stuff like that.
That and Halo.
18 years ago today, Halo 3 got dropped.
Yes. Here's the other pinball that got inducted. Medieval Madness. I don't know if that's the original or the remake or both. That is a highly sought-after game.
97 that came out, so.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a PS2 port. There's also a Dreamcast port. The Dreamcast port's like a homebrew.
Yes.
Yeah, the prototype, which I bought. I found that at a con.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'm going to pick this up because I'm a Dreamcast collector. Like, that's my next I want to 100% want to complete as a whole Dreamcast collection.
Now, arcade games that got inducted. Well, this Space Invaders. My phone's ringing. Well, forget it.
Space
Probably,
Invaders. Damn.
Yes, Space Invaders, which was my original hook into gaming to begin with. So, something
I think
call me. I make sure.
Okay, so Space Invaders is one of the ones I first remember, but I remember the Intellivision knockoff Space Armada.
Okay.
Because
I have that too.
My father got it. So my first console was at 6 months in the womb.
Uh-huh.
My dad goes to Sears and buys a Intellivision.
Okay.
He comes home with it because he's a state police dispatcher for Indiana. He was taking the Intellivision with him and hooking up to the TV, and he'd be sitting there playing Intellivision while dispatching.
Mm-hmm.
So he brings it.
Not legal? I mean, I know people will play Angry Birds with their phones, but
I had witnessed when I was 5 years old, police officers playing Mario Brothers in the squad room, or in the dispatch room of Noblesville, Indiana. Silver Screen Video.
If it was a small town, I could see that, but not a bigger city like
Noblesville was kind of a suburb of Indy. It was.
Yeah,
It was
I don't know. I don't think that would have flown. And I used to work for the state police of Illinois.
Yeah.
I know I've dinged police officers for watching Netflix on their iWin devices.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have been.
Man, he did it, and he would play a little bit. He kind of would just like turn it back on real quick.
Yeah.
But he brings it home, and my mom tells this story so vivid. She goes, "The fuck is that for?" Because the point they were ready to split up until I showed up in the picture.
Yeah.
And my dad goes, "It's for the baby." Yeah, it's for the baby.
Hmm.
And so my mom goes, "Where's that Intellivision at that it's yours?" And I'm like, "What do you mean Intellivision? That Intellivision's yours, Randy. He bought it for you while you were still swimming around inside me."
Swimming around. God. Boy, I've never heard pregnancy described that way, but anyway, let's go through the rest of these real quick. This gentleman is the 2000s era gamer, J-Ho.
He plays a lot of Warcraft and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay,
I never got into Warcraft.
I got into the MMO, but I never got into like the first. I never got into the RTS. I was more of a Command and Conquer guy.
Yeah. Well, I never really played those strategy games. So yeah, I didn't play World of Warcraft at all. I was kind of more of a classic arcader with chasing scores, not really doing these strategy RPGs. Although I played a few of them, but not the major franchises, I don't think.
I don't know. I will play Final Fantasy and stuff like that, but I'm
Michael Tang. So yeah. This would have been the category I would have been in had I been chosen, and it turns out he he participated in the Howard Johnson National Championships on Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which I didn't know there was a tournament back then. It was all about. I did enter a Sega Genesis tournament back in 1990, but I did not win that. I didn't know about this one, and then he's the winner of that one. And yes, it is the brother of Chris Tang, who's already in the Hall of Fame. So I guess the other brother got inducted. Yeah, he's gotten a few other. Gosh, Kids Go Hojo. There's more than one? Shoot. Funko Land National Video Game Championship. See, I'm not aware of these.
Gradius 5 championship.
Yes. Well, I didn't know there's that too, but Gradius is I did play that one a little bit, but I don't have a copy of it. What else does he got? I mean, I see in the background that he's got Nintendo World Championship 20 something, probably 2016.
Yeah,
But what did he? Yeah, look at this.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I had no chance of getting in the Hall of Fame this year up against this guy, but I kind of think they need to.
Championships. Yeah. Mobile Assault Tour. Okay.
I didn't hear of these.
Neither did I.
I could have. If I'd known about these, maybe I could have entered these, but I didn't know of their existence. Jeez.
Dear God.
Sucks.
So,
I wish I could have entered them.
Growing up, I'm originally from the small town Indiana.
Yeah.
But my dad, like I said, my dad was from the suburbs of Indianapolis, Noblesville.
Yeah.
And he, like I said, dated a girl who was geeky. She let me get the Sega channel. So I was like that one kid in Spencer Elementary School and Owen Valley High School and stuff like that, middle school, that had access to Sega channel.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my God, what's Sega channel like?" And I'm like, yeah.
I think part of my problem with getting to these tournaments is I was busy. Oh, God. Going to school and working and then going back to school, then working and then going back to school again because, IT.
Yep.
There's been an issue of, IT labor shortage. Oh, we can't find people to code, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, yeah. You were advertising fake jobs that didn't exist to make it seem like, there's a labor shortage, so you can get more H-1B recruits from out of country and save yourself $20,000, $30,000 in labor and benefit costs.
Oh, yeah.
And now AI is going to replace a bunch of these coders, which thankfully I'm glad they announced that any new H-1Bs, you have to shell out $100,000 before you even get any of those folks. Those who are already in the country are grandfathered into the $1,000 rate. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's way too late for me because, your chance to hire me as a coder came 25 years ago and you decided, you wanted somebody with 10, 15 years of work experience. Well, you're out of luck, buddy.
That's why I got.
It's easier to fix them than code these.
That's why I got out of computers when I did and got into wanting to be a choir director. Right.
I didn't get out of computers. I just shifted over to repair and deployment.
See, I do that, and I also repair appliances. I took my knowledge from computer repair.
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school, my senior year, we had automatic internships.
Yeah.
So I was forced to go work with a Zenith repairman. And he was a mean ass who would go to the bar and drink, but he'd go, "Your work's over there. I'm going to show you 3 times. Other than that, I ain't helping you." And I still can fix old TVs and whatnot.
So this is
the Pokemon developer.
Tajiri. Well, I can pronounce Tajiri because it matches up with the wrestler, but
Satoshi Tajiri.
Yeah. So he created the Pokemon franchise. There's been a major brouhaha between Pokemon and Pal World of late.
Oh my God, don't get me started. So the other girlfriend's all about Pal World. She's just like, she loves Pikachu, and she was like ready to throw all her Pikachu stuff away for Pal World. She was going to die on the hill Pal World.
Well, Nintendo's trying some stupid little claim of patenting summoning monsters to a battle, which makes no daggum sense.
Because they couldn't beat Digimon.
No.
But also, Nintendo's got this chip on the shoulder, and they've always had that chip on the shoulder. They can do no wrong because they won that one fight with Universal Studios. They won that one Donkey Kong battle.
Well, there's a lot of battles they did not win, and
I know. And there's times when I'm just like, nope, Nintendo, you're on the wrong one. Like my son turns 18 this year.
Yeah.
That boy has been die-hard Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's Nintendo Xbox.
Yeah.
He's 75% Xbox or 75% Nintendo, 25% Microsoft.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to Switch 2. I'm like, you want to Switch 2 for Christmas? Hell no. I'm like, why not?
I wasn't gonna Switch 2 either, and for a different reason. The so-called bricking controversy. Let me switch screens here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's been a bit of a controversy with used games bricking systems because I guess they're copying them or something, but any alteration
you
to the hardware.
And even if you use any third-party things, they don't want third-party people making their docks.
No. That's ridiculous. But
I have a third-party dock for my original Switch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay you, Nintendo, $60 for your original one when I can go buy the Rocket Fish one for $25.
Yeah. So, Switch 2 is probably going to take it. Although they're already saying it's the best-selling console all time all of a sudden. I don't know.
Okay, so Mario World, Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
You have fun with it. Don't get me wrong. Love it. Love the knockout feature where you start out with 20 or 40 racers and you got to hit each checkpoint and it knocks out people. Mm-hmm. Amazing. I have fun with it. But, there's only so much you can do unless we get DLC. Like Mario Kart 8, if you have the online pass, you have a lot of DLC. You're just like, damn. You can have
for a while anyway until they retire the server, which there's a whole lot of online content that you can't get anymore because you can't use the Wii for that. You can't use the PS or the
you can't use PS3 the PS3 store anymore. No. The Wii U store got shut down.
Yeah,
which. I loved the Wii U. I thought the Wii U was a great concept.
It's just a little ahead of its time, and
it was because really, and honestly, with the Wii U, so I was on my way to a LARP in Seattle. It was the 20th anniversary of the LARP group. On the way there, I ran into this dude, and this is what he did. He brought he was sitting in coach. He brought his Wii U with him, plugged it in. Because you had Wi-Fi throughout the train, and he played his Wii U the whole time. He watched YouTube. He could get Netflix from it. He was watching movies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm like, smart dude. But the Wii U was great. Nintendo just dropped the ball on the marketing. You should have said, hey, first of all, you should have took the Wii with it. You should have called it something else.
Yeah.
Now, when they first announced the Switch, we were doing Geeks Retro, and my buddy Josh mentioned it. Oh, they're going to do this hybrid that you can take with you and stuff like that. It's like the Wii U, but you can take it with you. And I'm like, so they're going to kill their handheld sales with like, I got to see how this works. And then when I saw the Switch, and I'm like, yeah.
So basically, the Switch perfected all the flaws with the Wii U.
Oh yeah. The only other thing about the Wii U I didn't get was like there were some games they made you use that tablet for. You didn't need that tablet.
Yeah.
Like I could play my Zelda games and just turn on the Wii U and just play without it. Like we had someone steal our someone broke in our house and stole the tablet. So I had to buy another tablet from Goodwill.
Jeez.
And we used that. But you could play the Wii U without the tablet. If Nintendo would have said, hey, you can play this without this tablet, you're fine. And you could have also, the other thing people didn't realize the Wii U is if you want to play a game and yet your kids want to play Mario, but you want to play, Call of Duty, you turn on Mario, give the kid the tablet, go play.
Yeah.
They can go to the other side of the room, play Mario all day long. You can play Call of Duty.
Yeah. Well, the best-selling video game console of time is not the Switch 2. It is the PS2.
Yeah, it's PS2 because I remember when I got mine.
I haven't gotten a working used PS2 as of yet. I have 3 broken ones that I bought at garage sales, and each one had some sort of issue.
My kid destroyed my original. He pulled out. I had it open to retrieve a game, and he pulled one of the ribbon cables, and I'm like, "Why did you do that?" And he was 3 at the time. I'm like, "Thank you." I'm like, and the other day he asked me, "Dad, why don't we have a PS2?" And I'm like, "Because you broke it when you were 3." I'm sorry.
You seem to have a lot of gaming disasters.
I do. But here's the thing. I have had the pleasure of 18 years of raising the next generation. I have taken my son to one of the free arcades, this place called the Place Arcades over in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. $20 gets you in the door. Great place to play. Another place to go to is Boss Battle Games up in Castleton.
Yeah.
Which, Castle Square Mall. That's where I did a lot of my gaming back in the day in Indianapolis. He goes up there. He sees Pong for the first time, and he just wants to play Pong. He's like 7 or 8 at a time. Wants nothing to do with all these other games. He wants to play Pong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's just mesmerized by Pong.
Yeah.
I could show my niece and nephew who are 10 and 11 older games. They don't care. Anthony gets it. Anthony's just like, oh, this is how Mario was, and this is how things started. Like, kids in this class, they'll want to play, they will want to play,
While you're doing that,
yeah,
you can present videos
yeah,
by clicking and throwing that in there.
I will. No, I
should throw
my
this
son,
other
my son
thing
was
I
that
had.
kid who would he got lunch detention for a week and a half for saying he doesn't want to play Fortnite.
I've not played Fortnite either.
He's like, Fortnite's trash.
Wow.
Do you know what I used to do as a wrestling announcer to kids?
I hope he didn't mix it up with I don't know, Concord.
Nope. This is what I used to do as a wrestling announcer in Bedford when I was announcing over there.
Mm-hmm.
I would take a $50 bill and have it with me, a brand new 50.
Yeah.
And I'd get 2 or 3 kids to come up in the middle of the ring. And I'd do this at random shows. And I go, I will give you this $50 bill if you can tell me what a Fortnite is. And they go, video game? Video game? And then they do the dance. I'm like, no,
well,
sit down.
Here's something older than Pong.
They had a computer space at the Place Arcades, but it was not working.
This is fully working. This was in Kansas City. They brought one out to KC Retro, so this is the first time I've ever touched a working computer space. I think the screen was original. I almost want to think it was a flat screen.
Yeah, I think so, but
monitor.
You know what? The guy I used to work for would have probably helped him and fixed it. He would like, okay. I got some. Give me some damn cigarette. All right. I think I got a tube over here, and we can fix this. Oh.
Yeah, that's on the ground. Yeah, that I just having to turn the camera and look at that, but that wasn't the focus of this little short. Yeah.
I've been watching these two kids that are on Instagram, them playing one of them DDR games. It's not DDR, it's the other one that all the kids play. And I'm just like, how are you not having a heart attack and seizing?
So it was not Dance Dance Revolution, and it was not, God, jeez. Beat Mix, or whatever the heck it is.
It's instead of it like the normal, it's in X shape.
Yeah, there's that too, and then there's one with lanes, and then there's ones with musical instruments, and that's the end of the game there. So
God, I remember when DDR was one time people were talking about DDR as an exercise.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised Konami never ran with it.
I tried to play DDR because that was in an arcade tournament, a recent one, and it was not pretty. It's kind of, I feel like I need to stomp each spot.
Oh my God, that's in my head. I got to get that out of my head. Richard Simmons doing DDR. Come on, girls, hit them arrows, hit them. Come on, girls. Richard Simmons, that's in my head. Richard Simmons doing DDR.
Rest in peace. God, you know what? I'm gonna look and see if that damn video exists. If it does, I'm gonna play it in a moment. But jeez, God. Oh, I should DDR. Why did I do this? It doesn't look like. No. It doesn't come up. Well, this is DDR, but this is not probably what you had in mind. Neither one is Richard Simmons, but
no, but that's what it is. It's like that. But the couple, they have their own machine in their bedroom or in their house. It's this girl. She's doing she's in doing the anime hair and the skirt and dancing to it. And I'm like, yeah, just like that. I'm like,
I can't do this.
Dead.
I'm like, lose my place. And it's like I can't. It's like I'm having to watch the daggum floor to see where my feet are.
No, I'll die.
Well, there's some Twitch streamer I saw a few weeks ago. He was like, the hardest mode possible is like barely misses anything, or is almost perfectly all the way through. And I'm like, how in the freaking world?
I know you see this stuff like you see GDQ, like I said, like we talked about earlier. I see the guy beat Elden Ring with a saxophone.
A saxophone? As a controller?
Electronic saxophone that he had wired to his computer so that he could control it to play Elden Ring.
So kind of like the Power Glove on steroids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, Power Glove.
Goodness. All right, let me throw these back up here. The rest of the class, The Sims. I never played The Sims either. I know what that is.
God,
2000s era game.
Oh my God!
I have no interest in this one.
The wife will come out here and she will give you an education on The Sims. She plays that to the point where there are mods for it and stuff like that. The modding community is stupid huge in that.
Yeah. But I have no interest.
She has a hatred for EA because of The Sims.
Yeah.
She believes that EA ruined The Sims. And I hate to say this, I agree with her. When The Sims 3 had that fake astronaut be a person in the game and had her own edition of it, yeah, Katy Perry was part of The Sims 3.
I have fond memories of Sim City. But
that's what led me to get my degree in emergency management with SimCity. When I applied to University of Phoenix to get my degree, they go, "Why do you want a degree in fire and emergency management?" I'm like, I don't know. I played the shit out of SimCity 2000.
When the game went 3D instead, and then it got a little bit too complicated for me to play.
City Skylines is that way too.
Yeah.
Oh, you are so right, Stupendous Man. They ruined Maxis, they ruined Origin, they ruined James, and they ruined Westwood. Oh my, the horrors they've done.
Which is why this induction into the Hall of Fame is probably a little bit controversial. There's gonna be a few people that are gonna look at this induct, may have a negative reaction to this choice for the Hall of Fame.
I have a love-hate for Trip Hawkins.
I don't know when the induction is going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to get there. I still want to get in myself, being the 91 Nintendo Campus Challenge champion, but
yeah, you need to be in.
They need to induct more than one per year, because going back, they haven't had inductions every year. There's gaps here. There's a 4-year gap here, then a 2-year gap here, and then another 3-year gap. It's like they need to do more than one a year, and it's like they decided, oh, we're just going to induct one person a year, one person per category a year. It's like,
no,
look, there's so many people waiting their turn here. It's like, you got to do more than one, especially for the years you skipped.
No shit, you got to have the introductions of every year. Like, I'm sorry, and the way it starts sounding to me, you make it sound like it's a WWE Hall of Fame now.
Well, I don't look at the WWE Hall of Fame, because they induct several people a year.
Oh yeah.
But there's multiple categories, and there's a whole slew of people that are just waiting in the wings, and it's like there's several people that need to go in.
I was putting there only because
founder by EA, yeah.
Yeah, EA is a great thing. EA, when EA was EA, when it was, like I said, they did the album covers and stuff like Hard Hat Mac, where they made the album cover games and stuff like that.
Pinball Construction Set, Mule, where's a couple of titles I had. Hard Hat Mac is another one, kind of a Donkey Kong-ish like platformer.
I played a lot of Hard Hat Mac and Mule when I was in elementary school.
Yeah. Gosh, what was I thinking? Yeah, the 8-bit computer era was probably when EA was perfect, but after that,
that in the 16-bit era, when they were doing other stuff that wasn't sports, when they started doing all sports,
everything went to crapper.
And really, honestly, like, there is some good, like, EA has done some good games. Like, I would love them to do another. I want them to continue Dante's Inferno.
Yeah,
they did the first Dante's Inferno. I wanted the sequel. I wanted the Purgatory Mountain, and then I wanted them to see the fight of them in heaven.
Yeah.
But you got that one controversy with the Booth Babes.
Yeah.
And it just killed it. And I'm like, damn it.
Let me look at these other gentlemen here.
No, it's not. It was great.
Tim Cullen, Golden Age Gamer. What did he play? Oh, crowning achievement was Texas Video Game Championship, 1982. And then he won the Ms. Pac-Man tournament on the old That's Incredible TV show with John Davidson.
They need to put the old host of Starcade in here.
Yeah, especially since there's been quite a bit of attention on the revival series called Arcade Animals.
Yeah.
Which 4 episodes were taped in July and released in the last 4 weeks. Yeah, I've auditioned for that show too. They played my audition on their show. Haven't got the call yet.
Where do you have to audition for that? Because I will totally need to be on there. We need to have some Retro Randy on there.
Okay, Stan. I think I still got the slide in. I gotta find it though.
Because
I gotta go to the older version of this.
And you also gotta remember, like, we're getting a lot of good stuff. Like today, I found out they're releasing.
Why I gotta hide? That's my
today. They're
Facebook page.
releasing Battle. I found out they're releasing the movie Battle Royale in theaters again.
Yeah.
Or for the first time in America, we're getting Battle Royale in theaters.
Okay.
Which if you've never seen that, or you got kids that are obsessed with Hunger Games, show them that movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this in a second. Oh gosh, where is it? Jesus. Anyway, there's a hotline. Well, the last 7 digits spell out way cool. I'm trying to figure out what the area code is.
Okay.
It's in North Carolina.
Oh, it's drivable.
Well, if I had been chosen, I would have made the trip. That's a definite. I would have driven all the way down to North Carolina. So here we go.
I got friends that live in North Carolina. I got Crash Base.
Here we go. Throw this back up here. It's way cool. 485. So it's 929-266-5485. If you want to be a contestant on the Arcade Animals show, when they take another group of episodes, and I bet they're going to do another Kickstarter for the next batch. I know I donated to it. Call a number. Recommend that you write out the promo you want to do and kind of practice it a few times before you call the number, and then say whatever you want to say as to why you should be on this show.
Oh no! If they get a hold of me, I'm gonna recommend that, like, bring you, and we just got to go down there and raise havoc.
Oh, well, the very last episode they had 2 of the most top gamers, arcade gamers in the world, John McAllister versus Sam McNear, and they upped, because they were on this show. They upped the difficulty considerably. We go back to YouTube. Arcade. Well, typically I'd hide the screen before
I found out what this was. I was looking through my T-shirts. I was trying to find my old Team Weeby shirt.
Yeah, this is it.
I think we lost it in the. I think we lost it in the move.
Yeah, so this is. Yeah, there's these guys now, and John is having to sit on a stool because I guess maybe
because
age has taken its toll, and he kind of can't stand up. I don't know if it can't stand up for very long or whatever, but I was like seeing his knee throughout this whole daggum show. But
so, what's your take on Arcade 1-Up?
Kind of a love-hate relationship. So here, let me show the games real quick.
Bullfight.
Bullfight, yes. Galloping Ghost does not have that one. I know that for a fact. And when they pulled that out in a game reveal, that was a shocker. Victory, another one. Galloping Ghost does not have.
The old man told me about that one.
That's on. You can play
Coleco.
Victory on the ColecoVision with a roller controller. Turbo was also.
I have that on my Coleco with the controller.
Satan's Hollow, another classic.
That was a good
game, and the last one. Kind of a reverse Missile Command.
Okay.
Atari Force, the comic book, and you're basically defending the Earth. No, you're attacking a planet.
You're attacking
occupied by aliens. Yes.
Shut up, Google. Shut up, Moto Watch.
The 5th episode of Atari Force, which was included in the Galaxian cartridge release.
I apologize for my
game.
Moto Watch.
Yeah. This game was kind of based on that comic. The 5th episode of Atari Force before they did the new version that was set 25 years into the future. So Yeah,
I
they
don't
upped the difficulty on this.
I bet.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. Let me hide this. All right. So where
Arcade
should we
One.
go? Go ahead. Oh, Arcade One Up. I prefer to play the original arcade hardware. My house, my Crimeycade, and there's an actual arcade that with the original cabinets built in the back of a garage. I have a few. I have those, but also I have a few arcade one-ups that I bought for less than $100 each. They're kind of filler. They sit on tables. I don't have the stand-up versions. Kind of a love-hate relationship. I mean, if you need, as long as it's playing the original arcade ROMs,
Yeah.
good. If it's what they're putting out with WWF WrestleFest, and then some of the characters are removed from the game because they don't have the license, so we're getting an altered version.
Like like when they released the plug and play that was Steel Cage Challenge for the NES, and
That was a little
removed
different.
Hogan and put Warrior in it.
That was a little different. That wasn't really good to begin with.
No, but I had a lot of good memories of playing that at like 3:00 in the morning. 3:00 in the morning at like sleepovers with friends and waking their parents up.
Yeah, but the unanswered question right now is we don't know who's been cut, who's gonna be replacing Sergeant Slaughter and the Legion of Doom in the game. We don't know.
So the easiest solution for the Legion of Doom is put Demolition as your tag champions.
Well, the problem is they're one of the selectable characters.
You take them out of Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, but okay, so you make them unselectable. That doesn't. I don't like that idea. Somebody's got to. There's three. The game has 12 characters or 12 wrestlers in it. Legion of Doom is not selectable.
Okay.
You want to take Demolition out and put them as the as the final boss. Well, you still got 3 slots to fill.
Okay, so
they pulled them out of the game. They also took the F out, which is another bugaboo I have. Stupid. So it's a kind of a hard pass. I'd rather play the original arcade ROMs, not wherever they are putting out. And it's not even by Arcade One Up, it's by a new company called Basic Fun.
Yeah.
So I'm passing on this one. I mean, why would you take...
Now, the Retromania game...
Go ahead.
Retromania game, I was all for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, but if I'm looking at... See, now I'm seeing some misinformation or contradictory information. Because now I'm looking at video of this so-called cabinet, and it's like, are they playing the arcade ROMs? Are they playing this altered version?
I think they're playing an altered version because I know that shit. I know someone. It's a I forget what is his name. He does like a lot of video game news.
Yeah.
He has a Final Fight arcade one up that he hacked and put WrestleFest on there.
Yeah.
And he put the original ROMs on there.
Right.
So if I was to do it, I would probably just hack it in the long run, just put the original ROMs on there and say forget it.
Yeah,
My beef with Arcade 1-Up is that they're not going for all the licenses they can get.
right.
Like, I'm sorry. You went and got, like, Ridge Racer, Ridge Racer was a fun arcade, but more people played on the PlayStation.
Right.
Where the hell's a pole position at?
Yeah. Well, you need a steering wheel.
You got a steering wheel with the one. You got Terminator 2.
Mm-hmm.
But Midway also made Revolution X. Can you not, like, hit up Aerosmith and get Revolution X with it? Can you not hit up Konami and get,
Yeah, this is
Fortress
a
1 and
stupid
2?
licensing crap. It's like they can't get any other games for these arcade one-ups, which is kind of why I'd rather go play MAME.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around here, and I'm not finding an answer as who did they replace them with.
So it's going to be a wait and see on who they put in there.
I guess. All right, speaking of wrestling, so I might as well cover this since we're now at 9:30 and it's 10:30 your time, and we didn't really go deep on this. I was kind of surprised to hear that you were in the ring fighting, and I mixed you up with somebody else that was also an announcer, and I thought you were the same person as the announcer for New Breed Wrestling Alliance, which was run by Keto Morales all those years ago. Not the same person.
No, I've only announced for New Wave, UWC, 01, Elite Pro Wrestling in Indiana.
Yeah.
Tri-State Wrestling in Indiana. Primitive Pro, which I also wrestled for them. JICW Journey Independent Championship Wrestling, and a few other places. Also, I've worked as a manager over at Savage Anarchy Wrestling.
Okay.
The Savage Anarchy Wrestling was fun. Think
so many damn acronyms to keep track of. That's the other thing. And it's like,
Savage Anarchy Wrestling was fun only because it was a family who bought a Mason's Lodge. And they lived in the basement, and they turned the meeting hall into a wrestling arena.
See, that's the perfect environment that so many wrestling promoters would kill for. Because they don't have to tear down the ring. It stays up all the time. Well, most of the time.
I lost a tooth at that show, too.
That's another thing. Why do wrestlers not wear mouth guards like boxers do?
Some do. Sage Phillip does. Some others do.
Not many.
Not many. I lost a tooth because I didn't know this was going to happen. I was out there doing my Soviet thing, so I got with Victor Petrov, and this guy.
Where is he? Now that's another can of worms there. But go ahead.
Victor Petrov.
Yeah, he disappeared.
He had another kid. He had a kid and got married and.
Well, you're supposed to go to Springfield or Central Illinois and do a storyline with somebody, and then whole storyline got worked out, and then he just went poof.
Yeah, he went and just did stuff. He's an interesting cat 'cause he was trained by Severin.
Dan Severin, okay.
Yeah. And so when I met him, originally the whole reason I got the whole Russian gimmick because I could sing the Soviet national anthem in English.
Yeah.
So I learned this from like a YouTube video.
Okay.
And so we had guys who come out, and so I was the ring announcer, and I'm like, the Russians have asked if you please stand and honor the singing of the Soviet national anthem. And so I'd sing it in English. Madman Pondo hears this.
Yeah.
And he goes to Kamala Jr. He's like, we need to take Randy off announcing and put him with these guys as our manager. So I literally did the whole thing where I kayfabe through him and my citizenship, and I stopped being billed from Sunnydale, California.
You sold out.
Yeah, I sold out. I billed myself from Star City. Yeah. I billed myself out of Star City, which Most people don't know that's where they train cosmonauts at.
Oh.
So when people are like, where have you been at? I've been on International Space Station. Fans ask me why I wasn't there. I'm like, I was at the International Space Station. I flew Soyuz.
Now, I'm pretty sure you didn't actually. I'd be starting to ask you how does it feel to be weightless, and then you come back down to Earth, and then gravity pulls you down.
Actually, I've been told by several astronauts that it's like, you feel like you're going to shit yourself, but times that by 10.
Yeah.
Like when I grew up in Spencer, there was a guy who he lived up the road from us.
Yeah.
He was a professor. His brother was a NASA astronaut. He flew on the first Endeavour mission.
Okay.
And so I got to hang out with him for a day, and he told me, like, I got to watch the Endeavour mission. Like, he told me all the cool stuff that happens with it. He, like, sent me patches, all sorts of cool shit like that. Like, I have NASA patches. I'm a NASA nerd as well, which is scary.
Okay.
So, like, I have old space patches, stuff like that. That's the reason why I found out that when I was over there, Steve Grissom, who was one of the referees at PPW, he's Gus Grissom's relative. So he gave me this T-shirt from when I played Kerbal Space Program. It's a shirt that it was a cartoon that says the Gus Mobile, and it's Gus Grissom like hanging out of the Gemini capsule with a broken joystick in his hand, and it's like the Gus Mobile, and I'm like, and I wear that for Kerbal Space Program streams.
Although you you do this.
Yeah.
With your NES control for a promo pick.
Yep. Because originally that was my thing. I was originally going to be that game. I was going to be that video gamer, but then I found out there was the 8-bit Warriors, and there was the 16-bit Warriors.
So you didn't want to upgrade to 32 bits.
No, I didn't want to go 32. I don't know. I almost wanted to pay up with somebody to be the Ultra 64, but that I don't know how people would get that.
Well, there's also more than one Retro Randy around.
I know.
I went looking on YouTube for your material, and it's like, no, that's not him. That's somebody else.
Yeah, I know. I've been told I need to trademark the name for wrestling, and I'm like, this will be fun.
It's a little late because there'll be several people.
Actually, I looked. There is none.
Okay.
So I did
hurry up.
Yeah, I know. I got to get on that.
Although wrestling trademarks don't seem to be worth the paper they're printed on unless you're.
I don't know. Did Billy Starks pretty well?
Yeah. So what made you decide you wanted to get in the ring and fight?
I don't know. Originally, like I said, I was LARPing. So I was doing the live action role playing.
Yeah.
And years of you're in combat, but you're not really in combat. And I wanted to take it up a notch. So I went and did what's known as Daga, which is the Nerf foam weapon guys.
Yeah.
I was a little too rough for them.
Okay.
So they kicked me out real quick because I sent one to the hospital because I clobbed the shit out of him. He moved his shield, was like, boom! One get like a Sandman shot to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, yeah, no, you're done, dude. No. So then I got in touch with New Wave. I did some podcasts for them, and then Blake Reed was starting training. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna try this. And I'm limited what I do, but most of my moveset is old 80s, 70s, 80s moves.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing super kicks like that. Back body drops, DDTs, Hogan's leg drops, stuff like that.
Now, if I wanted to watch one of these matches of yours and somebody's yelling at you, I heard.
It's my wife. Ignore her. She don't exist.
I wasn't looking for video footage of you wrestling.
I have some on my TikTok. I have some like that. I have the Doorway to Oblivion match.
Okay.
Where me and a guy named Conniption were supposed to wrestle. And one of the matches, I actually broke out. Like I was supposed to give a European uppercut. and we had a bunch
Okay.
of frat guys and like guys who paid money. It was a wedding shower thing or a bachelor party thing. So they're
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna ham it up, and I go to the corner. I'm like, just stay there, and I run up and I'm like, Shoryuken! And these guys just lost their shit because when I first started wrestling, I had a Goku singlet.
You know, I should point out, Illinois GameCon does a wrestling show. It's put on by Iron Spirit, but it's Smash Brothers. So the wrestlers dress up as Smash Brother characters and they wrestle a match.
I have been invited to Kaiju Big Battle, and I want to do Kaiju Big Battle again.
Mhm.
And I've seen cosplay wrestling.
Yeah.
And before the pandemic happened, we were supposed to go, and me and I forget who else it was.
Yeah.
We were going to go wrestle as Captain Steubing, and I forget who the purser was. It was Doc. We were going to be Captain Steubing in the Doc from the Love Boat, and we had my buddy Ian, who was going to be Isaac. So he'd just stand there in the corner making drinks for the front row and pointing the whole time versus the Winchester brothers.
Okay.
And also I want to get somebody who can do it with me
Mhm.
and do the Blues Brothers. Because, oh my God, the Blues Brothers would be a great entrance because then I can sing and shit. So as long as I can get someone who can do Dan Aykroyd's dance moves from that one Saturday Night Live bit, you've got it. Hey, beautiful.
Anyway.
Gloria pops on there.
Yes.
But yeah, I would love to do it. I know a guy who he wrestles in an Elmo costume.
Oh boy, that's another issue there. If it's who I think it is, he got accused of something.
Nope, not him. Different dude.
Okay.
Different
Thank
dude.
goodness, because there would have been a speaking out item that before speaking out was even a thing.
Now, the last little bit of wrestling I got into is I was wrestling as Nacho Libre.
Okay. There's been a few of those.
What?
There's been a few Nacho Libres around.
Yeah, I know they have been. Also, there's a guy in Indiana wrestling as the Revolting Blob.
Do I even want to know?
The principal from Billy Madison.
Okay.
The principal from Billy Madison was a professional wrestler known as the Revolting Blob.
Okay.
So this guy's like, I'm going to do it. And he made the gimmick of the Revolting Blob.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we need to have Nacho Libre versus the Revolting Blob. And I tried to petition one of the guys at PPW to be the villain from Nacho Libre so we can have the rematch.
Okay.
But someone recorded me, and I put it up on TikTok, and I was like, please, Jack Black, just notice this. Please, Jack Black, notice this. Nothing.
Didn't notice.
No,
well,
he didn't.
I don't know. Did you just send it to him?
Oh, I tagged him in it.
Okay. Though celebrities kind of have a hard time like looking at anybody else's social media other than whatever they put out, and usually by their publicist.
The guy who what is this? It's the guy who's one of the villain characters of Trailer Park Boys. He follows me on X, and he has conversations with me. What the hell is his name?
By the way, send me your link to your TikTok. I'm gonna pull it up.
It's Retro Randy FTW.
Oh, same as the Twitch?
Yep.
Okay, that makes it easy.
Cyrus, the guy who plays Cyrus, and
FTW. Okay. Dinkum. Where is it? FTW. There. FTW. Okay. Hopefully, I got this.
Yep, Cyrus.
Not found. Unless I did it wrong. Jeez. Do I have to put the ampersand on there? I bet I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. All right, let's see if there's a wrestling video in this, because I want to see if
it's the Doorway to Oblivion match. I can tell you exactly what happened in that match. Knipsha just came out, hit potato me right to the temple, and my brain goes right That's me, and that's my entrance for the last match I did.
Although this is Googs right there. I know
Yeah.
that. Ring announcer
Googs,
for Epic.
Googs announced me, and I was from Spencer at the time. And I was wearing
There you are.
the kennel. The loser goes to the dog shelter, the kennel match, or loser goes to the animal shelter match.
Yeah, this is only a 37-second clip.
Yeah, it's just me and my entrance and whatnot.
Well, where's the match of you brawling with somebody? That's what I want to see. Is there anything here?
I've got all sorts of weird stuff on there. We ignore that one with Ed.
I don't even know which one that is. I'm looking for you wrestling, doing combat. That's what I'm looking for. Here's Nacho Libre. One of them, anyway.
Yeah, when we were PPW tag champions, which I remember that night.
Guess there's
that
nothing.
That was a fun night.
Maybe this
there we
is
go.
it.
That's me and the Spectre.
Okay, this is a match of you or nay?
Yes.
You're in the red and white or the black?
I'm Nacho.
Oh my gosh! That. Okay, that would have ended up on Botchamania, and
it would have.
Yeah, and
the bad thing about it is they had the costume. I didn't have the boots for it, so I had to tie everything around. And I'm like, we're in a Knights of Columbus, and I'm like, with the low ceilings, and I'm trying to do the Nacho dive, and
we should have done it from the second rope. Not even try to climb to the top. Yeah, those doggone low ceiling venues.
The promoter's like, do the top rope, do the top rope, do the top rope. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, and people have gone to the top rope and taken out light fixtures and stuff, and it's like, God. Yeah,
I had the guy who was the Spectre, and he moves the last night. I'm like, oh God, don't. So I had him,
and then something's wrong with the rope climbing right there.
But... Yeah, that one's. I had issues with that ring. But I loved working for Promote.
It is a low rider ring, but which would be fine for this venue. But every other
promoter, I loved working with him. He was one of those that just I got 40K stuff with me and stuff like that.
I don't know what this.
There it is. One. That was the Doorway to Oblivion match.
Oh gosh! Look at the ring.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
That was.
Why does that ring look familiar?
Because it was the Vinny Ratlock wrestling horror show. So it had to be bad ring, everything. The old match
no canvas.
No canvas. Someone's
taped
going
together, padding.
Yes.
No turnbuckles.
He just clocks me right in the head, and my brain goes blue screen immediately.
Who is that other gentleman?
His name is Conniption.
Okay,
David Barnabas Spectre shows up in this. Him and his. I'm like, dude, back off for a second. I can't. And he goes right into the heat.
This would end up on world famous flea market. I guarantee.
Oh God, yeah. I tag team with somebody who was on there.
Oh.
You ever seen the one with Big Country and Little Country, or Little Country and Suicide Clyde?
I think so. Probably.
I tag team with Big Country, and we were called Retro Country at one time.
Oh my God! Wow. What year was this?
This was like 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
4 years ago. God. Freaking Lord. I can tell you are out of it at this moment.
Yeah, I was.
You're hurt, and then something else is wrong.
Yeah, because, there's where the plan comes in, where they're going to bring in Spectre and his monster.
Although they didn't.
Your
opponent really didn't need the help. He just needed to put you on the mat and cover you for the 1, 2, 3.
The premise of the match was someone had to go through the door. It's the doorway to oblivion.
Well, heck, since you were out on your feet, you could have just grabbed the door, set it up, and threw you through it.
Yeah. But the whole time, I forget what his name was. There's Spectre, which I love him. He's one of the best indie managers in the world. David Barnum Spectre, great promos, everything.
Boy, there's somebody in. Oh, he passed away,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, Country died. Big Country died.
Who did I know him? Did I know who it was?
He was
over.
he was an Indiana worker and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna take this down because it just finished.
Yeah.
Did you go through the door? I don't think. No,
Yeah,
it didn't break. Oh, I guess it did go through the door.
Connection goes through the door.
Jeez. Oh, a double cross. I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yeah, it was a double cross.
Jeez.
David Spectre and his I forget what the hell that dude's name was. I just knew because he was a Dark Angels player. He had a Warhammer 40K Dark Angels tattoo on him, and I'm like,
yeah, this silly thing. This is just a still, unfortunately.
yeah, time to put that dog up for adoption. Can I pet that dog? No, you can't pet that dog.
I will say this. I took a couple year sabbatical from wrestling thinking I was going to get away from it entirely and go 100% into the gaming scene. Didn't happen.
Here's the thing. You the Michael Corleone quote just hits you. And again, I'll mention again, Pondo said it. He goes, every wrestler does this, or everybody who works in wrestling, the Michael Corleone quote will get you.
Which
Every
is?
time I think I'm out, they just bring me back in.
Well, if there's somebody that brought me back in, it would be Leone Mephisto, the promoter of Pro Wrestling Epic.
I need to go out to KCXW. I keep getting asked to go out there.
KC what?
KCXW.
Oh, God. All the way to Kansas City.
The wife has friends out there. She has a friend who does cosplay, and she is playing the Tales of the Shire game, but she plays it in full Hobbit cosplay.
Well, we just had the KC Retro Convention a couple of weeks ago. First full weekend of September. So if you were going to go out there, that was the time to go. But
I will probably go in there next time.
Yeah, next year. Hopefully they get out of downtown and kind of go towards the outskirts because although
we need to get you over this way and take you one day and go to the Pin Bank and whatnot over this way. Pin Bank, Pin Lodge, Boss Battle. There's a neat little bar arcade over here in Terre Haute called the Barbotics.
Okay.
My wife had the high score for being visually impaired, as she is. Yeah. She had the high score in Centipede.
So she was playing blind and literally.
Yeah. We almost got tossed out like the first few weeks of that place because I bet a guy and then it almost became a fist fight.
You made a wager on who would score more points?
Yeah, my wife beat his little prostitute girlfriend.
Well, that's his dumb fault, not yours.
Yeah, but he's like, I didn't know you got some retard good at Centipede. I'm like, you gonna say that about my wife there, buddy? At that point, like, nope, you gotta go. But Barbotics is not bad. They got the Jurassic Park arcade. They got LA Machine Guns. They've got some classics in there. They got Ninja Turtles. But it's more just the general college drink and play arcades.
Okay. I know I've been to many arcade. I did make it to one arcade out in KC, and that was Draftcade. And there were some games they had that Calvin Ghost did not, and I was on those for quite some time for the couple hours that I was out there.
I know the one in Bloomington, Indiana. They have Star Wars. They have another Star Wars with the Empire Strikes Back board in it.
Yeah.
And then they have Return of the Jedi, and they have them all three next to each other.
I'm trying to remember the arcade that Indianapolis has that I kind
Tappers.
of documented. I'll find it in a second.
There's
Guess
Tappers. There's Boss Battle. Me and the owners of Boss Battle kind of had some words. But they also sell retro games there too.
Okay. Well, here's the next question. God. I guess I'm going to ask the question. What? Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, they don't have it. Damn it. New breed, what? Not new breed. New Wave
Yeah.
announced they closed 1 year. They were closing 1 year. They put all their assets up for sale. They sold the ring, the equipment, and
They
everything.
sold it to a company, to a state police officer who bought it, and it became Signal 10 Wrestling.
Okay. So my surprise was earlier this year reading that New Wave was coming back.
See, and here's the thing. At one time, I was Andrew Dice Clayed out of New Wave.
Yeah.
Because me and a gentleman you know of, by name Iron Mike Underwood, allegedly the very first Decatur show at 01 had with, they had Road Warrior Animals and Angelina Love there.
Yeah.
We took New Wave's entryway there. It was me, Mike Underwood, and Cooter Daniels.
Okay.
I trained with Cooter Daniels originally.
Mm-hmm.
Out of my training class, I'm the only one still in the business.
Cooter Daniels is not wrestling anymore.
No.
Okay.
He bombed out. Out of my training group, there was 8 of us, and most of them quit. The first one to quit was the girl because she said I got pregnant, so she jumped out. Bryce got a head on his shoulders, so he got out. Austin got somewhere, but then he became a Senate page, and then he got hired by a state senator, so he dropped out.
Because that career was a little more lucrative, I think.
Yeah, well, you know what? I would pay good money to watch a wrestling match of AOC and Lauren Boebert any day.
Well, it's going to be AOC versus JD Vance, most likely, if she even gets that far.
I'll pay good money for JD or for Lauren Boebert and AOC if there's gravy involved.
Or Marjorie Taylor Greene.
My wife likes
versus
to do
AOC.
My wife likes to do the she likes to do her Joan Rivers bit of who's the worst dressed.
Yeah.
And oh my God, she went off on Kristen Gillibrand one year because she wore that yellow outfit. And you're just watching the whole stage, she just stands out and she's like, Marjorie Taylor Greene looks like she's ready to go to the bar afterwards. I'm like, oh God, Jess. But needless to say, I got on New Wave. So what happened was we got the entryway comes back.
Yeah.
It's parked at my house. Someone steals part of the entryway because it's all metal.
Another theft.
Gets better. Cooter takes everything home, back to New Wave, but he forgets the curtains.
Where's the curtains?
Curtains get left at my house.
Okay.
I go work a New Wave or a 01 show over in Toulon, all the way by Iowa. So
well, that's out in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of out of their usual.
Yeah,
scope.
well, that's on there, and it was a show barn that had a heated floor. They were going to set the wrestling ring up, and then they had things around it. It was like a nice show barn that had auctions and whatnot. I'm like, okay, this is cool. The main event was what's his name from Iowa versus Warhorse.
Hollister?
No, it wasn't Hollister.
There's several people from Iowa.
I forget what his name is. Eventually, it kicked my head. That was also the same show that had Dan the Man wrestle with what's his name, where he dresses like he's Angus Young.
Dan the Man dresses like Angus Young?
No, it wasn't Dan the Man. Dan the Man was wrestling with his partner was some kid with like the red perm with that dressed like he was Angus Young. The schoolboy gimmick. I forget the name.
Remember who. I don't know.
I just things. So on my way there, I get a phone call from the promoter from New Wave going, "Where's the curtains?" I don't know. I don't know what hell happened to them. So turns out they got brought inside my house. My wife thought they were something else, puts them outside.
Okay.
Mike Underwood takes them. He's like, well, screw them. And he's going to hang them up in his bedroom as his own curtains as he's pirating him. He's taking him for his own thing. Hang him up as his own pirate flag. Like, I got your flag. Not only that, he cuts these vinyl curtains in half to make more fitting around the windows. I find out where they are. Me and my wife are at an anniversary dinner at Red Lobster. Where's the curtains? We know you have them. Give them to us, or you're going to pay us $1,000 for vinyl curtains. Okay, I rush home. Where's goddamn curtains at, Mike? And he shows me, and he's got one he's cut in half, and he admits that he's cut this in half. I take it back to them. I apologize. They say, you're done in the business. You're done. We're going to make sure you're blackballed, everything else.
Yeah, that didn't last, did it?
No, because I was working at Elite. I was working at EPW at the time, and the EPW promoter goes, just try to work things out with them. And I tried to apologize. But I was called a curtain thief. And me and Mike Underwood actually thought about one time doing a podcast called The Curtain Jerkers.
Which, that name's already been taken.
Yeah. Because we thought curtain thief would be no, and we thought, oh, curtain jerkers, closest thing we could think of. So we kept going around and saying, we're the local curtain jerkers. And there was like a picture of Mike Underwood stuffing curtains into his pants.
Okay, what year was this? This incident?
I think 2018. Yeah, it was 2018.
So, Cooter Daniels takes all the New Wave equipment, forgets the curtains, and yet you're blamed for the curtains missing.
Yeah, because I didn't stop Underwood from cutting the curtains.
Because you were in Toulon.
Yeah.
And the wife thought these were...
The visually impaired wife thought they were something else and put them out in the back porch.
And Mike Underwood showed up, saw these curtains on the back porch, decided, I'm going to take them, I'm going to come up, and then make window curtains with them.
Yeah.
And didn't think anything was going to happen.
Yeah.
Even though and he knew they weren't his to begin with.
Yeah.
So he just stole these curtains.
Yep.
So the next question is, did New Wave make him buy new curtains for them?
Hell no. They just kind of be gone. So they got with EPW. EPW had a falling out because Steve Mitchell, who they run a good promotion. I'm not going to knock them.
Yeah.
I love Steve and what he does. I wish me and him would talk, but we had a falling out as I was one of the owners. They wanted to buy an IGA to hold shows in an old IGA.
Basically a dedicated building.
Yeah. And then I got another start with another promotion, which is Primitive Pro. Kamala Jr., which, again, James Radford, Kamala Jr., what do you want to call him? Love that man to death. That man took me in and turned around and said, you know what? I know what they say about you. I've been told things, but I'm giving you your shot. Don't blow it. And he's had to sit me down a couple times saying, look, no, you're getting a little wild. Before he shut down because they pushed him out in French Lick. I'm not going to lie. They pushed him out. My last show.
Well, you're calling yourself Kamala Jr. and not even related to the James Harris.
Yeah. But,
stolen gimmick.
But I think they met each other and they kind of had an agreement. I don't know. It's not my place to know that. I'm just like, whatever. I got to meet a lot of cool cats there. Got to meet Bill Dundee there.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart. Oh my God, Jimmy Hart loved my Russian gimmick. When the Mouth of the South sits next to you and goes, "I love what you're doing, baby. I love this Russian thing. Keep it up, baby." And I'm like, did Jimmy Hart just tell me that he loved what I was doing?
Yeah, I would have been shell-shocked myself.
And then I come back another show and he's there again and he's just like, "What's going on, Russian man?" And I'm like, Jimmy Hart remembered me.
Yeah.
But I also remember that show because we're trying to set up and Jimmy Hart gets there and he's trying to set up chairs. And we're like, "Jimmy, sit down." He's like, "But I got no, Jimmy, you've paid your dues. Sit down."
Keep on dancing. Keep on dancing, Jimmy.
I want to get one more picture with Jimmy Hart and both of us being like, "Screw Rick Springfield."
Well, yeah. But he's got to show us Sirius XM, but he doesn't. I don't know. The Gentrys. That one, one hit wonder or whatever the heck that was.
Yeah.
Keep on dancing.
Jimmy Hart is like, he wrote the music of my childhood. Him and Jim Johnson wrote the music of my childhood. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Because, the WWE music is not the same. Now,
not like Pile Driver, not like the wrestling album.
No, I have the wrestling album on vinyl and CD.
Yeah.
I found the wrestling album at a yard sale, and I'm like, "How much do you want for that?" $quarter.
Yeah, I didn't know what they had, did he?
No. But I love those. I used to buy those CDs.
Yeah.
They were my jam.
Well, things changed. Although some of
my Kia Soul got wrecked with my NWO plate on the front of it. I never got a chance to get that back. I was dating a 22-year-old, and she asked me, because me and my wife were polyamorous, I'm not going to lie. This 22-year-old goes, "Honey, I got a question. What's with the red and black NWO on the front of your plate?" And I'm like, "Hannah, sit down.
I'm a wrestling fan."
Oh, this girl, she had ideas. This girl had ideas for merch. She had an idea of a picture of me and Petrov standing there with our arms ready with the Russian flag on the back of it, saying, "You all need Stalin." Instead of "You need Jesus, you need Stalin."
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was doing the Russian gimmick, I literally went to Bedford, Indiana.
I would have gone with Gorbachev because he's a little less controversial than, I don't know, somebody who committed genocide.
Okay. That's the thing. I went with Stalin because that's something that people would stick to people's heads. I could have said Brezhnev or anybody else. Stalin, right to the head. Because we've made him out such an evil person. Same with Saddam Hussein. Man, there are people who they ran with Saddam Hussein even when the war was over with.
Oh yeah, he was like being used as a South Park character.
But here's the thing. With that, it worked. I literally went out there and I would scream at people and I'd be like, "My president can," and I would say this about Putin, "My president can ride a horse shirtless. Your president can't walk upstairs."
Well,
and so
I've been saying,
I get back in the back.
I would not have been offended by that comment. I know that for a fact.
No. I get USA chants. I got stuff thrown at me. I get in the back, and the booker looks at me and goes, "You took a Trump-supporting crowd and got them to support Joe Biden. What the fuck, Randy?" And
yeah, that's got to take some skill there. Good light.
My wife didn't tell me this until I got home. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool." Andy and Jess goes, I told Jess about it, and Jess just goes, we're driving home. Jess goes, you did. And I stop on my brakes real hard, and behind me is a state trooper. And that was a fun discussion.
Okay, so you hit the brakes because your significant other was freaked out or made you freak out or made
Yes.
you do a double take.
Yeah. Because I didn't realize it. I was in that moment. I forgot what Andy was even saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get back, I'm driving, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Wow.
And the officer, I get pulled over, and the officer's like, so what's going on? And he sees the Soviet flag. And he's, what do we have here? And I'm like, okay. He explains some stuff. I get up, and I open up the bag, and I show him the stuff I got, and the tracksuit, and the CCP gear that I got made at a local shop for like $20.
The mask, of course.
Well, I didn't have the Nacho Libre mask at the time.
Yeah.
But I had my ref shirts and stuff like that. And he asked me, he's like, okay, what's going on? I just worked a professional wrestling show over in Bedford. And he goes, oh, my kids go to that. It's cool. Just go on down the road. It's not like the police department who got pulled over, the tag team, the police department.
Yeah.
They got pulled over on the way to a New Wave show in Indianapolis, and they had police gear on them. Their whole gimmick is dirty cops.
So they got arrested for impersonating an officer.
No, they didn't get arrested. The state trooper wanted to like take pictures with them and shit. I do want to book Dan O'Connor because he does the DOC gimmick. His whole gimmick is I'm a prison inmate. Him and his son. I want to book him and his son with the police department in a cage.
Boy. Okay. All right. We've got a couple hours, I think.
Yep.
It's after 11 o'clock your time. I don't know what time you have to go to bed and go to work in the morning.
I don't go to bed till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I got to get up at like 9 to go back to errands and take people.
Well, I know for a fact that I can't seem to get to bed until like 12:30 in the morning lately because of all the bunch of this, that, and the other. It's like I'm under a severe time crunch, having to do a bunch of errands, and then obviously I prepared for this podcast.
Yep.
But, jeez.
Hey, I've had a blast with this, so.
I still want to get out of the wrestling stuff entirely, but.
Hey.
Mephisto says I'm a lifer. I don't know if I agree with that assessment.
No one ever retires. Page
although
7.
some people made it a lot less fun for me.
Yeah, I know. Same here. When I was accused of with being a thief and whatnot, I'm like, I didn't steal anything. I was just guilty.
Your dumb fault. You left it at my house, dummy.
It was guilty. I was guilt by association.
They could have taken Underwood to small claims court for that though, because that was $1,000 for a curtain. Although that's way too much.
They wouldn't have got anything. They wouldn't have got anything. I got him a job at a factory, and he worked for like 2 weeks and quit. And he had an easier job than I did.
Plus, he decided to take a wrong turn in life.
Oh God!
We won't go. We will not go into.
Going there. Just
no. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say that and no more.
Yeah.
Which I'm just going to be having to do some research on that one in the future. Although I don't do it. You know, if I still had my St. Louis site and I heard about that, it probably got reported. I probably would have reported on it or did it on my weekly wrestling show that I had that I don't have no more because I ended it due to the drama.
Yeah.
Of course, it only took. Yeah, not knowing what happened to Underwood, and then it's like, you know how fast.
Yeah.
You discover you don't know a whole slew of people. It's because a lot of people got out of the business. A lot of people got in as like the who's. I
I
used to
saw
know the who's who of wrestling.
For New
What?
Wave. Oliver Kane was there, and I'm like, wow, dude, I haven't seen you forever.
He's still around, yes.
Yeah, and then Joey O'Reilly. Joey O'Reilly, of all things, I'm there with my nephew. My nephew's going to start being New Wave timekeeper. And Joey O'Reilly walks at me and he goes, hey there, you old fuck. You don't have my music?
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's still around.
Listen here, you Yellowstone ripping off little shit.
There's some people who have been in there, yeah, still wrestle for 20 years, although that number, people who I watched through the 2000s and the 20 teens are getting out of the business, retiring because they're...
Sam Knight's retiring in November.
And then there's some people that I know that I watched start their career and then they're not with us anymore, like the Mississippi Madman.
God rest his soul. I miss that dude.
Most recently, Gavin Alexander passed away. Brain cancer.
Yeah.
Another brain cancer.
That's someone I worked with at PPW when I first started. Him and Rob Fatone and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's some people, yeah.
Because I brought up Marley Knox with her thing, and he's just like, what do you got to say about Marley? And I'm like, I'm nothing to say about Marley, but she needs to work on her choices as men.
Yeah. Then there's also the fact that several feds closed down that I didn't know went away. And
Yeah,
then I kind of felt like, Federation Sprawl's the worst it's ever been.
UWC's gone.
Well, that's, yeah, because of the
Zero Ones moves all around the place now. Now they go to Chicago and they go everywhere. And
well, they did for that women's show.
Yeah.
But they're pretty much East Central Illinois. Although rumor has it they are not going to be going back to Care Civic Center. That's rumor. I don't know that for a fact.
I don't know Dave that well to talk to him, so I would love to go back.
I've been banned from that place.
I would love to talk to Dave. That's one person when I started announcing I learned a lot from was Ralph.
Yeah.
Because like I told him, I'm like, Ralph, I'm gonna start announcing, and he's like, go out and make it your own.
Yeah.
If you want anything from me, just go out and make it your own. And that's what I did. That's why I did the $50 thing with kids. What's a fortnight?
Yeah.
Still haven't had a kid answer it right.
Right. Glory broke off from 012. They originally merged and then they split. They got divorced.
And now there's that new one that's starting up that Jordan Perry's training people at.
That would be a revival of the No Split Seats Pro Wrestling Training Center.
Yep.
A revival.
A revival. Okay. See,
because it existed at Skywalker's.
Okay. Me and the guy who runs that, like, we talk every once in a while on TikTok. And I'm like, hey, can I go up there and get
Cooper.
I'm like, yeah, sure.
And his son wrestles as the Prodigy, CMC.
Okay.
I just saw him not too long ago, and it's like hadn't spoken to him during all this daggum drama. I kind of wished he'd reached out to me to see how I was doing, because I was not in a good place for quite a while.
See, I didn't know either, and if I did, I would have said something. Because
if I disappeared, there's something's up, and social media.
Well, like we were streaming one game, and it was like they had a guy with a can. It was Mario 64.
Yeah.
And we kept playing it, and then I kept getting Lakitu the camera. I'm like, well, Lakitu, will you stop being fucking crime fighter for 5 goddamn minutes?
I stay on the outside ring. I don't jump in.
Well, no,
I just pick a pole and hide behind it.
Following you with the camera the whole time.
Well,
and I get that one time where he's at the angle, like pointed at you, and I'm like, and I'm on there and I'm playing through it, and I forget who it was, and it was someone at UWC that they dropped in, they saw it, and they had to quit watching. Like they fell out laughing too hard. It may have been Vandy. I don't know.
Okay.
But I the last new show, it was just me getting to see people. Blake Reed was there.
Yeah.
Same night was there. Oliver, Joey O'Reilly, Rain Victoria was there with her kids.
Now known as Harley Quinn, I guess.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's undergone a metamorphosis in the last 2 years or so.
I like what she's doing. I've always been a big fan of
I think
Rain.
she lost one of her teeth recently too, or half of one.
Oh, join the club.
Yeah, Savannah Stone, who she ran around with, is back too, and she's changed greatly.
Is she in the area or is she out in Chicago, out in California still?
I don't know. She popped up in Macomb recently.
Okay. I was never a fan of her.
Well, yeah, because Destination 6 started in California, so maybe that does make sense.
I was never a fan of her boyfriend.
James Brady?
Yeah.
Well, they're not a couple anymore.
No, not anymore, but me and Underwood, oh my God, Underwood's like, you gonna say anything if I just run him over with your car? And I'm like, no.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of Brady lately. He's back in the area.
Well, the simple fact that he went out to UWC and he like Michael Jackson grabbed himself in front of kids and we're like, me and Underwood was like, stop this dude. No. Oh my God! And also Austin Conley.
Mad Dog Conley, yes.
Yeah, I loved his other gimmick.
Handsome Dan.
I loved Dan Limplock. I loved the shit out of that because it worked. It was great. But now that I realize, oh shit, that's Joey Ryan. You know, it's Diet Joey Ryan.
Well, it's more not Joey Ryan. He resembled the lead singer for Queen.
Yeah.
Very strong resemblance.
With a little bit of Rick Rude into it.
What the heck was his name? Queen's Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, Freddie Mercury.
He looked dead rare for Freddie Mercury.
That's my cosplay. I'm going to do at Gen Con next year.
And he also did play in a band too.
Yeah, he played guitar.
Which I will mention that Conley is ranked 123 in this year's PWI 500.
I'm wanting to see him get signed. I really do. I'm like sitting there just like,
oh, that may happen. That may happen.
And I see these people like I remember working a show with Alley Cat. I worked the 01 show with her, and I'm like, she fell off the earth. Nance Warner. I
don't know why she did hardcore wrestling. I don't know why.
She's one of those that should have been signed. But then I look at a lot of the women who get signed to WWE, and I'm like, okay.
Although there's some people you thought would have been signed, and then they get put in a competition like Tough Enough or Gut Check, and then they get passed over, and then it's like, find out years later, well, this is why they weren't getting signed. It's because they kind of the mask slips, and you see them do something stupid in the ring.
Yeah,
but but you don't know it.
Yeah, like okay, so I'll be honest with you. If I was to ever promote,
you don't want to. Trust me.
Oh, I've worn the promoter. I've worn the booker hat before. When I was an owner of EPW, I've been there. I fought like hell to get Conley there when he was Dan Liplock. I fought like hell for 6 months, even paying them out of my own pocket. Him and Rob Leach. Out of my own pocket to get them there. I looked at the promoter, Steve, and I'm like, if I have to pay them myself, I'll do it. Book them. And it turned into a match, them versus, it was a heel match where it turned into both of them kick each other in the dick. It was over with. And I'm like, why did we do this? And now that I see that he's doing the whole Conley thing, and I'm like, At first, I didn't get it. Now I do, and I'm like, this is good shit. This is real good shit. And I want to see him get on AEW or NWA Power. Like I'm WWE. I'm starting to lose faith in. I'm sorry, when you need a second, when you're literally buying a home to go to WrestleMania, I'm done. No.
Mortgage your home, yeah.
No, buy a home. $38,600, second row ringside.
Yeah, they're kind of
As much
I remember not too long ago they were having trouble getting those seats sold. It's like,
well, that's the thing.
It's becoming like the NFL now.
TKO said it. They go, Vince was selling the families, and they weren't selling out because he was selling the families so families could go, and that's why tickets were so low, because he was wanting to get the families. Screw that. We want money. And so now you've got these people. My buddy Schizo, who lives in India, is a ticket scalper. He's cleaned up with Royal Rumble, WrestlePalooza, and the WNBA. He made more WNBA tickets the last 2 years than he has on the Colts.
Because of Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Oh,
Well, she's been injured quite a bit this year, but jeez.
When people look at me like, what the hell is that? I'm like, Jordan was injured a second year. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, she'll be back. And then Sophie Cunningham, her tag team partner, I guess, is now their unit.
Oh God, that needs to be a Royal Rumble, women's Royal Rumble entrant, Caitlin Clark.
Well, Sophie is more of the brawler.
Okay, let Sophie go out there and
Sophie
fight.
is the one who protects or has stepped in a role of protecting Caitlin because everybody was targeting Caitlin. Whether it's jealousy or
whatever.
Well, it's usually jealousy because they can't stand her popularity, like Angel Reese, who's I guess one of the biggest villains of the WNBA, biggest heels. She thinks she's so much better than everybody else, but she's not getting the, I guess,
she got
clout
her
and attention.
She's got a Barbie doll and she's got her trademark. She's good.
Yeah, but she's not like, say,
they're making a Barbie doll of Angel Reese. My wife, who's a giant Barbie collector, goes, pass. She'll go and spend $300 on a Flashdance Barbie, but if there's an Angel Reese Barbie, that's garbage.
Yeah. Well, and she gets booed at games too. It's like, I don't want to. Typically, I would root for the teams in the state of Illinois because they're Illinois teams. I don't root for the Chicago Fever. No, that's Indiana Fever. I don't vote. I don't root for Chicago Sky.
The Sky. I'm so okay. So I don't know what they're going to call the Boston. I know this. I know the Connecticut team's going to Boston.
Okay.
And they're going to have these other teams that come in there, and I'm like, one of these days they're going to just need to do it. But also, we're going to get pole dancing in the 2028 Olympics. So what else can you say?
Pole dancing?
Yeah, pole dancing is one of the ones that's going to be an exhibition sport at the 2028 Olympics, along with flag football.
No wonder the Olympics is having so much trouble. It's like they can't even get a host city, and now the LA is supposed to have the Olympics. LA is
the host city of the Olympics in 2028. We don't need to recruit a team. We got Jasmine, Diamond, Jameson, Hennessy, and
right
Ruby.
now the LA Olympics is looking like a cluster It's looking like a cluster right now because so much is not even close to being ready, and then the governor over there is so just a complete idiot who wants to be in the White House, who thinks he should be president.
He'd burn back better, baby.
Yeah, he let the whole daggum state burn, and he ain't rebuilding anything. He just says, "Oh no, this is going to be a nature preserve now." Blah blah blah. Yeah, no
But
wonder
anyway,
people are leaving that state.
oh, I know. We had a couple that moved here and they go, Indiana's so much nicer and quiet. We thought
Although
it'd
my
be
sister wants to move back to California. I don't know why, but then again, she's way more liberal. She's the polar
my
opposite of
cousin
me
is getting out of
politically.
California and she's moving to Vancouver.
I will say this: the women and the men are polar opposites politically, and that trend has gotten wider.
Yeah.
That
I
pretty
don't know.
much explains why I'm in knockout dragouts.
I flipped the wife, so I can't say much.
Oh, I've been in an argument with my sister earlier this week. She came visiting, and it's like that altered my entire week because I had planned time to go hang out with her for a while because she's here this week in between jobs. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Me
that's
and my-
off topic. I
Yeah,
kind
me
of
and my,
need to
me and my
start
dad have
wrapping
more
this up.
conversations about it, but he's an old school, and I'm more of a new school of Steven Crowder, Mr. Kirk, and Mr. Yiannopoulos beliefs, and
Yeah. Well, somebody's going to throw a bit about me talking politics on this show.
oh
But
well.
anyway,
They
I already
fit.
did a little of that earlier, but then again, that directly affected me and the
Yep.
status of the content that I produce. So I had to say something. Anyway, I want to thank you for, unless you had something else to cover.
But hey, it's all good. I had fun with this, and I want to do this again sometime.
Maybe we'll have to do a panel,
Yeah, we will.
and we have to produce some new content. Maybe
Get
revive
mine,
maybe revive the podcast or whatever.
I will. I'll talk if we get this place we're looking at 7th Street. It's a plan. I will bring back 7th Street. We'll do Radio Gagas and stuff like that. Radio Gaga was our Thursday night where we did music, and then we would do stuff, and we had a little segment we called this Crap the News, where we took up bad news stories.
Okay.
Like an Alabama chapter was caught butt chugging, and the media did not want to say the word butt chugging while they're in front of the cameras.
Well, you got a Twitch stream too, and you got to do something with that as well. So.
Well, I moved everything from the Twitch stream to our Retro Live because that's me and Jesse, and I want to include Jesse in it. So you can find me at Retro Randy and our Retro Live. The TikTok I stream on as well. I do some Facebook.
Where's our Retro Live?
It's on Twitch.
It is on Twitch. All right. Yeah, because let me open this real quick. Open in a new tab.
We haven't done anything for a while, but we're getting ready to start back up because I got promoted at Aaron's, and it kind of just.
Yeah, and there's only 10 followers on that channel, so when you do a stream, I guess we're gonna have to do a raid or something. All right.
Yep. So.
All right, Randy, I want to thank you for coming in here tonight.
Thank you.
And I didn't know what to expect, but
hey, we
you get surprised sometimes,
yeah.
And I was prepared if it was going to go south.
Nah.
I had a contingency. I can rant for a couple hours, and
I had some stuff. I had LARP stories and stuff like that ready to go. So.
Also, I'm chasing title belts too. So.
The only title belt I'm chasing right now is the Aaron's PT Rodeo one.
Okay. Well, the Pinball Expo is in a couple of weeks.
Where's that at?
Chicago. Schaumburg. At the convention.
Okay.
The convention center up there. That's in mid-October.
My homie will be at that.
That will start Wednesday of that week and go to Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to go Thursday and Friday this year because I'm needed to film at a Comic-Con in St. Louis, the Tater Tot Con. Because Mephisto is doing wrestling there all day.
Okay.
That's going to be fun.
We may have to get a hold of Heather and go to that. So, all right. It's been fun, and we will do this another time.
All right. Randy, thank you. And
thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right. So I do have a little bit more to show off before I get out of here. I'm going to share the screen one more time. Oh, I got to get the I gotta get this back up here. There it is. All right, quick update. September is about to wrap up. Right now, the Arcade Wars is still going on. Good grief. Galloping Ghost. Can't find anybody to play Gigawing over at Galloping Ghost after winning the Mario Brothers last month. I mean, come on. Well, I'm going up there this Sunday, so I'm going to put a game in. Get our arcade qualified at least. But One Up Arcade is running away with it. Nothing's changed in that department. Arcade, One Up Arcade in Australia is back in force. So, October 11th, 2025, and I kind of forgot about this. This is the weekend before Pinball Expo, back at Cliff Breakers Conference Center in Rockford, Illinois, on the 11th. I had the organizer of that game convention on this pod so many months ago when we did a roundtable on gaming cons. And this is it. I have this belt. I have seen no sign of Galloping Ghost doing another tournament or returning to the Pinball Expo this year. I wouldn't be able to compete for a title belt like this because it would be on a Saturday, and I'm not going to be I'm going to be down St. Louis Saturday. So I'm driving home from Chicago Friday night to go to St. Louis the next day. Yeah. I've been on run, definitely. But I'll be going for at least 2 days, so be checking that out. And Midwest Gaming Classic. I've invited Dan Lucen to be on this show, but he has not committed to a date, and he's being bogged down by something else going on. So we'll see where this goes in the future. But I do have a guest next week. A more recent Twitch streamer by the name of the RPG Capper, Yuri Roman Yuri Roman. Well, gosh, I can't pronounce the name. Good grief. I'm not even going to try. Mokuri? I'm not sure. Maybe the guest will be able to explain it. I'd put his picture on here, but there's a little bit of security concerns on his part, so but we'll get that addressed by the time he gets in here next week. We're going to talk about video game RPGs like Zelda or Crystallitis or Dragon Warrior or Phantasy Star, those types of games for the classic consoles. We'll be talking about that. He also does some pinball too. He takes pinballs out to KeyCon, and he's out of Canada. So that'll be next week. He stepped up and volunteered to be my guest on the podcast next week. So that will do it for the Crimeycade. I am going to raid a channel once again. Let's see who we're going to raid tonight. And quick rundown. Who's in our chat? I want to thank Jack Cogs, Stupendous Man, Sis Crusher for joining me here tonight. Now, who am I going to raid tonight? Oh gosh, where am I raiding? Let's raid a channel. Who have I not raided lately? Oh gosh, I don't know. Lick Arcade already did recently. All right. We're gonna send everybody over to Nintendo Dad's, another talk show, another gaming podcast like mine. So until next time, I am the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. We'll see you next week.